My name is Uni. I'm a girl who embraces life with optimism, always striving to find joy in everything I do. But even the brightest spirits can sometimes stumble. This camping trip wasn't just about enjoying nature. It was a journey to heal my heart after days filled with stormy emotions. Everything started 3 days ago. It was as if the whole world turned against me. In the morning, I received an email from my company announcing a layoff, and I was among the unlucky ones. My heart sank, and my hands trembled as I held my phone. By noon, the bad news continued to pour in. A family member had been in a transportation accident. A wave of helplessness swept over me, leaving me paralyzed with worry. And by the evening, the final blow came. My partner called to end our relationship, closing a chapter I had invested so much hope in. That day, I felt completely broken. I wanted to crawl into a corner, cry, and disappear. But amidst the heavy cloud of negativity, one thought came to me. Nature. It had always been my refuge, my sanctuary, a decision to escape 2,000 kilometers away. I made the decision to pack up and head out for a camping trip, far away from the city, more than 2,000 kilometers, to be exact. I wanted to escape the noise, the painful memories, and reconnect with myself. I began preparing for the journey. A compact tent, a warm sleeping bag, cooking essentials, and thick winter clothes were all packed carefully into my bag. I also brought along my camera to document this trip, not only for the memories, but also as a reminder that I had faced tough times and survived. On the morning of my departure, my emotions were a mix of nervousness and excitement. I didn't know what awaited me on this trip, but I clung to the hope that nature would be the balm my aching soul needed. The snow-covered journey. The journey took me through winding roads, past a frozen river blanketed in snow. The icy water seemed to glisten like diamonds under the sunlight, and I stopped to capture a few moments on my camera. The silence was almost surreal. I could hear the wind rustling through the snow-laden trees and the distant calls of little birds. As I reached the campsite, I was greeted by an awe-inspiring sight. Towering trees stood still, their branches heavy with pristine white snow. The ground was a vast blanket of powdery light, soft and untouched. Everything was so peaceful, as if time had stopped in this corner of the world, facing a snowstorm. My sister, who was my companion on this trip, and I began setting up the tent. Just as we were about to finish, an unexpected snowstorm rolled in, challenging us in ways we hadn't anticipated. Despite the biting cold and howling rain, we managed to pitch our one-touch tent. My fingers were numb from the cold, but seeing the sturdy tent standing strong against the storm filled me with a sense of achievement. Dinner that evening was simple yet comforting. We shared steaming bowls of ramen noodles and dumplings, savoring their warmth against the backdrop of the freezing night. My dog, Comey, was having the time of her life, leaping joyfully through the snow before curling up inside the tent, her fluffy body radiating warmth. Later, we decided to let loose and built a snow duck, a quirky little creation that brought laughter amidst the icy winds. Despite the challenges, these small moments reminded me why I love nature. It always found a way to lift my spirits. A magical morning in winter wonderland. The next morning, I woke up to a scene straight out of a fairy tale. Opening the tent, I was greeted by the golden rays of the sun bouncing off the snow, making it sparkle like tiny crystals. The trees, now bathed in sunlight, looked like they were draped in glittering gold. I stepped outside, taking a deep breath of the crisp, fresh air. It was the kind of air that cleared not just your lungs, but also your mind and heart. For the first time in days, I felt a sense of calm and clarity. Breakfast was a simple yet delightful affair. We had freshly made French toast paired with hot chocolate. Sitting by the campsite, I savored each bite and sipped the warm drink while soaking in the beauty around me. The serenity of the moment felt like a warm hug, wrapping me in its gentle embrace. Lessons from nature. This camping trip taught me something invaluable. Life will always throw storms your way, but like the sturdy trees that stand tall through snowstorms, we too can find strength within ourselves to weather any challenge. Nature's beauty and simplicity gave me the space I needed to reflect on the uncertainties of life and the courage to face them. It reminded me to let go of the things I couldn't control and focus on the present moment. On the way back home, I felt lighter, as though the burdens I had carried had melted away with the snow. I no longer mourned what I had lost, but instead felt grateful for what I still had: a family that supported me, a body that carried me through tough times, and the resilience to keep moving forward. This journey rekindled my spirit and reminded me that even in the darkest winters of life, there is always the promise of spring.